Over the next 52 seconds, I'm going to sum up everything that happened this weekend while you watch Patrick Velner do Isabel, because that's how long it took Patrick Velner to do Isabel. It's about 20 seconds faster than Noah Olsen did it 5 years ago. It's about 2 seconds short of the world record by Eddie Hall. It's just literally a gorilla psychopath that muscle snatched the entire thing like it was nothing.
And here we go.
Speaking of Mr. Velner, him and Danielle Brandon clearly hate America because they turned their backs on the flag and the national anthem. Team World did the same thing. Team World featuring Clair Toomey, who is very clearly and visibly pregnant. I don't even know why it's a question. She's out for the 2026 season. I'll have my female rankings by Wednesday. As for Velner, I do talk to Velner to try to clear things up, and we'll get to that in a second. Miami weather must have fallen Dylan Malitsky to Southern California, because Southern California, where it never rains, got rain and people fell a lot, and it was entertaining. Where's James Sprague? The best CrossFitter on the planet was left out because he either doesn't wear Tyr, somebody doesn't like his agent, or somebody doesn't like the fact that he talks about Jesus, depending on who you ask. Justice for James Sprague. Why are we shooting plastic guns with lasers on them? This thing is freaking awesome. This could be for CrossFit what the Ryder Cup is to golf. How on earth does scoring work? Nobody has any idea. Why is the toy gun event worth 2 points? Is Tyr Wodapalooza on Common Core math, or does 2 + 2 still equal 4? Big announcement, 26.3 is happening in Miami at Wodapalooza in March. That's going to be absolutely awesome. Awesome for everybody else, but I'm a little bit neurotic, so I immediately started to wonder, what if there's double unders? I'm not using somebody else's rope. I'm gonna have to bring my own rope. I'm gonna have to bring my grips. What if the bar's too high? What if the bar's too slick? What if it's 95 degrees out? I have a bad gag reflex. That sounded weird. I guess I'll have to bring my own grips, my own jump rope, my own belt, my own bar. I'll probably just pack everything. How did we do? Whew, we went over. Oh, wow. All right, first things first, I was not going to watch this. I don't care about team stuff. But I saw Brian Spin was doing his spin cast, Savon was doing a bunch of podcasts, and suddenly I'm like, okay, well, it seems like people are watching this, and I'm happy that I did.
With the bouncer.
I actually kind of liked that it was on late. It was cool under the lights, and I was able to watch it because my wife was in bed early, pregnant with James Andrew Hooper, Richard Matthew Hooper, Castro Gregory Hooper, whatever his name is, I don't know. But that kid's coming fast. I hope he has good shoulder mobility. I can live vicariously through him. Anywho, I was completely sucked in, and this thing was absolutely awesome. It's got the potential to be the real thing for years to come. The Ryder Cup is awesome in golf. I also follow golf. I've golfed my whole life, and everybody watches it. And this could be like the same thing on a much smaller scale, like a 20th of the scale. Things like this are really reliant on events. These things have to be entertaining. And they were entertaining. I'm going to get into that.
With the bouncer.
But first, rumors and speculation. Tia is 100% pregnant. I don't know why people aren't talking about it more. I mean, people are talking about it, but she's very clearly showing, in my opinion.
You shouldn't say that.
Now, maybe she just put on a bunch of muscle because it looks like she's got the Noah Olsen abs going on.
Eight weeks later.
Or maybe she added some HGH to her Wheaties. HGH! I don't freaking know. All I know is that her midsection, her midsection is bigger. Today's as good as any other day to get canceled. Looks great. Looks great. Who do you think you are? Talking about a woman's body. Not judging, not speculating. But there is a baby in there 100%. That's why I'm not speculating, because it is happening. Had that devilish look on her face when she was asked by Bella Martin essentially why she got smoked on Echo on Fran.
Handbagged the first workout. Is that really what happened at event number 1 this weekend, or are we just kind of pacing it out? We got a long weekend ahead of us.
We sure do. I'll let you guys figure it out.
Congratulations, Tia and Shane. Now we got to figure out who's going to win next year. Really hope if she's not pregnant, she doesn't see this. And to be fair, straight up, everybody looks like they packed on a few pounds for the offseason. It's just that Tia looks like she packed on a baby for the offseason. Plus, Willow was wearing that sister shirt a few months ago. I don't remember the exact circumstances. On to Danielle Brandon and Patrick Velner hating America. What's up, guys? If you want some free samples of Thursday, which is specifically for sleep and recovery, hit me up on Instagram. It does not make you groggy. I replaced melatonin with this. I don't take anything else. It is specifically crafted for recovery by CrossFitters and for CrossFitters. I'm surprised that these samples aren't gone yet because at the games, I had tons of people hitting me up. So hit me up on Instagram. And until then, code KIR, Thursday.com. Highly recommend trying them out. There is a guarantee. So if it doesn't work, if you don't like it, you will get your money back. Code KR, send me a message, let me know how you like it. Thanks, guys. This was an interesting one. It was speculated by a lot of people that there was some sort of protest and that they were standing away from the flag and away from the anthem and that it was disrespectful. Now, I did have Patrick Velner on when I did live podcasts about 10 months ago. I have not talked to him much since then. However, I did reach out to him, let him know that I would love to clear things up. And it made perfect sense to me because when I look at the video, he was kind of looking around as though he was confused. He said that apparently they went down the line of their team and told them where the flag was before him and Danielle came out. And then from the other side of their line, you could see a small flag in the distance outside of the venue. From where they were at, they couldn't see it, so he just looked at the big flag on the screen. And he said he just tried to stand there and be as respectful as he could. It seems like a reasonable explanation. And frankly, somebody who's protesting America or who hates America probably wouldn't be too shy about telling you so. Thanks for clearing that up, Pat. Now, if we could just get you back in the game season. All right, the event itself. I know some people who are there. Seems like it's got great vibes. It is not as big as Miami, but there are definitely people there. It seems really fun. Competition as far as the RX individuals, male and female, definitely nothing like Miami, not near as high level of competition. But to be fair, the Tyr Cup is the spotlight here. Stream's really good. Hamilton Road is doing it, and they're great once again. Venue set up, everything on the beach looked awesome. It looks similar to Miami. I want to talk about the events and the scoring. That first event was Echo Fran, 21:15.9, but with a heavy thruster, chest to bars, and an Echo bike. Great test of fitness. North America, 1-0. B- on that event. Event 2, Never Again. They got that 2 points. Team World. Like all the people from Europe over North America, over America. In shooting guns.
Please, no! No!
How does this happen? Now, I know we got a couple Canadians on the team, but come on, guys.
Don't you think that multiple moose should be referred to as meese?
Our forefathers did not spill their blood against our British overlords and draft the Constitution of the United States of America only for us to lose in a gun shooting event at Tyr Wodapalooza SoCal 2025.
Shame!
Thomas Jefferson would be ashamed. But anyway, that event was worth 2 points, like I said, and it makes no sense.
No one can explain this. Grant, keeping it real, can someone explain why the first event was worth 1 point?
No.
One of the hardest and most amazing events they did, and the gun event was worth 2 points? No one can explain
That's
that.
like
How does the scoring work? No matter how hard I try, I cannot figure out how the scoring works.
It doesn't even matter that I'm looking at the leaderboard. I don't even understand it. Yeah.
What I do know is that North America was absolutely clubbing the world like a baby seal and somehow was down 1 point going into the last day. Event 3 was the Ollie show, and this was heavy lifts. You've got a max snatch, you've got a max clean and jerk, you got one male go and one female going, and then after that, as a part of the same event 3, you have one male go for Grace, one male go for Isabel, one female go for Grace, one female go for Isabel. Guy hit 385 and he didn't even have to, and he hit it like it was nothing. I don't know how that one was scored either.
You serious, Clark?
A+ for the Ollie show. Day 2, event 4 was a bunch of cardio. I think it was running, rowing, and swimming. All I know is James Sprague could have done the whole thing by himself and won. Jim Sprague isn't there, and so North America lost. And I didn't see it because it wasn't televised. 4,000-meter run, Ricky Garrard looks like he crossed the finish line about 2,000 meters before anyone else. So it sounds kind of boring. No idea how it was scored.
Great! face. She passed away 30 years ago.
No idea how anything was scored.
The blessing.
Men to the max, 90 toes to bar, 45 strict wall-facing handstand push-ups, and 30 ring muscle-ups. Pair of athletes work for 1 minute on and 1 minute off until you're done. Kind of boring, good test of fitness, C+. No idea how the scoring works.
It's a funny squeaky sound.
Workout 6, uphill battle. This one was fun. Alternating male and female pairs. They do deadlifts together on a big bar. Deadlifts, synchro burpees, running back and forth. Everybody was falling everywhere. Especially Dallin. After that, you take your team of 2 and your other team of 2, and it goes into a team of 4, lifting an even bigger deadlift bar together, synchro, and 28 of them, and then doing 28 synchro burpees. And then whoever crosses the finish line first wins the event. No idea how it was scored.
You couldn't hear a dump truck driving through a nitroglycerin plant.
North America's catching up on paper, even though they're actually winning in real life. Liked it for a team event for sure. Maybe that was because people were slipping and falling. B+. Workout 7, Pacific Ascent. You got 3 rope climbs and you got a snatch ladder with a dumbbell, which is really fun, especially when it's this heavy. And Olivia beats Tia.
It was over. North America gets the point, and Olivia Kerstetter made quick work of the rope climb. She got to the dumbbell first, and she beats Clair Toomey to get the win for the North America team.
Known for being not great at strict rope climbs or gymnastics in general. Lifts real heavy, though. Or maybe Tia's pregnant. Let me give you a hint. Tia's pregnant. If Tia isn't pregnant, then Cale Lehman is 5th in the world in the CrossFit Open.
And he does wall balls, he does them on a tree.
Day 3, Sandy delivery wasn't broadcast. It was a bunch of burpees over a log and 7,500 pounds worth of equipment that you took from point A to point B. I don't like that. That sounds weird. Maybe it was fun to watch. I wouldn't know because it wasn't broadcast. Therefore, it gets a D+. Workout 9, sync or sink. This workout is everything synced. Everyone does the work. It's rowing, a bunch of GHDs, and front squats at 3 different weights. It was okay for a team event. I give it a B-. Workout 10, repeat in reverse. This is one that we saw last year as well. It is a 500-meter assault run sprint, 50 bar facing burpees, a sprint, and a 50 cal echo bike sprint. One person does it. You get a 5-minute break in between each sprint. You've got Guy and you've got Dallin on the men's side, and on the women's side, you've got Emma Lawson and Amy Kringle. Really love this thing, and I like watching the burpee strategies and seeing who can keep the pace for all 50 burpees. It's considered drawing the short straw if you have to do this one because it's going to take a lot out of you. And Dallin Pepper did the last 50 cal echo bike in under a minute.
With a bouncer.
Jason Hopper even gave him the belt, the Echo Bike King belt for a day. Emma wins, Dallin wins, North America wins. A+ for this one. Final workout, we end together is the captain. So you've got Pat Velner and Danielle Brandon versus Clair Toomey and Ricky Garrard. Now, Ricky Garrard and Clair Toomey would be ranked way higher than Velner and Danielle Brandon. And yet, in this event, which you start off with heavy dubs, synchro wall balls, 80, 60, synchro box jump overs, I think it's like 44, maybe it was 88 for the rope.
What you just said.
Synchro bar muscle ups at 20, double front rack kettlebell lunges. There's 3 parts that are all scored. You do a 3-minute AMRAP of this, you take a 1-minute break, you then do a 6-minute AMRAP, you take a 2-minute break, and then you go 4 time. Pat and Danielle close it out after the first 2. We don't need to go on to do the third. North America wins again. Really entertaining overall. The event, I give it an A. The whole thing, I give an A. What we're left with is an awesome event with a scoring system that needs to be different. Because I have no idea how the scoring works.
Because every time Catherine revved up the microwave, I'd piss my pants and forget who I was for a half hour or so.
Or it needs to at least be weighted differently. The fact that the laser gun shooting thing was worth 2 points was just crazy. We're also left with Dave Castro announcing this.
26.3 will be announced live in Miami at Wodapalooza.
Announcement of 26.3. They're on site, and you get to compete in it all weekend long.
26.3 in Miami is going to be great. There are going to be a lot of people doing it there. I'm guessing it will replace the Gauntlet. To think about it and give it a guess, say 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. You're doing heats every 20 minutes. That's like 1,000 people doing it over the course of the weekend, maybe more. That's significant, and it brings up an interesting question. Last year, the affiliate was set up to auto-validate, meaning if the affiliate owner, he doesn't have to sign off. Before, you had to sign off on each and every score individually. Now you have to actually go in and reject a score if you suspect something suspicious. This is how Cale Lehman took 5th in the Open. Why do I have a feeling that 1,000 people potentially doing the Open in Miami is going to be a breeding ground for shenanigans? If I were Cale Lehman, I would do it there. He won't do it there because he's not going to do the Open again. Think about this for a second. Even if you've got 50 judges to judge it in shifts throughout the weekend, that's 20 person or more per judge. If it's set to auto-validate, I find it hard to believe that each judge, who's probably going to have like 20, 30 people over the weekend, is going to be able to keep track of who did what. So every score is just going to get validated. And even so, the judge isn't the one who validates. Who's the overseer? Is WZA going to be set up as a temporary affiliate? Is Dylan going to be the one who sides off? Is Dave? Will there be a head judge? It seems like the type of thing where if I wanted to go in and put a different score than what I actually did on the floor, with all the people going throughout the weekend, no one would find out. If I were Andrew Hiller, I bet I could find the next Cale Lehman at Wodapalooza in 2026 for 26.3 of the Open.
You will do nothing because you can do nothing.
And that's all. Goodbye.